Operation Officer's Log, Stardate 9038.1. After expending 2 elytras, executing a spiral search pattern, I have yet to find any additional debris or any further signs of the Yeoh. With little choice, I've called off the search and returned to the overworld to analyze my findings. Based on the debris spread and scorch patterns, my calculations, performed by hand as I lack access to ship computers, confirm what I suspected. The debris was from the forward section of Deck 1, specifically Captain Trafe's quarters. This section of the ship was sheared away from the main hull as the result of a collision with a medium-density, high-temperature concretion, likely endstone. The force and angle of the collision is consistent with a glancing blow that would have had minimal effect on the rest of the ship, assuming it was the only such impact. Lack of biological residue combined with the content of the captain's final log entry suggests he was not in the suite at the time. I don't know how to process this information. This wreckage from the Yeoh is the only piece of my previous end that survives in this world, and if it didn't exist, I could write off all my experiences in that dimension as a fantasy or an invention of my imagination. But I have Captain Trafe's logbook. The Yeoh exists, or at least it existed. And I don't know if that's better or worse, because at the end of the day, whether the ship and its crew, my friends, are still out there, they're beyond my reach. I could search for 100 years and never find them, or I could die to an Enderman 100,000 blocks out from anywhere, and then what good would I be to anyone? The fact is, the captain would want me to move on, live on, continue on, explore my changing world. So I will. Even though it feels like defeat, I will. I'll focus on Esh-Ness, my little island in my little corner of the world. I have farms to build, buildings to furnish, villagers to protect. I'll go on for all of us. I suspect this will be my last log entry. To all parties concerned, I hereby file for indefinite leave of absence from Starfleet and relinquish my commission. Serving was the honor of my life. Ensign Openbag 2, signing off. Supplemental log. I am returning to the end to investigate an odd structure that I found in my footage, not far from the debris field. Its architecture resembles those of End cities, but its design is not one I recognize. As to its function, its structure suggests it might have served as a broadcast tower, though what it broadcast and to whom, I can't possibly know. Still, I feel compelled to leave a copy of my log on a pad in the tower's base, and I've installed a beacon to transmit the following message on a subspace carrier wave, amplified by this building's harmonic structure. USS Yeoh, Captain Trafe, this is Ensign Openbag 2. I'm here. I'm safe. If you're out there, let me know where, and I will find you. Message repeats. So anyway, let's go over the plan for the day. I've got a few things on my agenda. To start off with, I am going to head down to Lerwick, my village that's just to the south of here. Villagers keep dying, and I know I've mob-proofed everything, so when I've investigated like where they've been dying, they've been falling off of ledges. So hence the fences. I need to figure out what areas are not villager safe and fix that. After that, I am going to fully embrace the new 1.21.4 features, and I am going to set up some Ender Pearl stasis chamber chunk loaders and build some new farms and just experiment with all that. So buckle in, I guess. It's getting on towards evening, but that's really not a problem. It's probably honestly for the best, because the villagers will be asleep and won't be getting in my way by the time I get down there. But let's have a look. Oh, so yeah, they're all milling about here. And what areas can villagers actually fall? I hope they're not taking damage there. That would be ridiculous. I guess this slope right here seems a little steep, so let's go ahead and do a little bit of terraforming. Villagers are really stupid. So let's just pop... Yeah. Okay, Iron Golem, you're kind of in the way. Thank you! Are they gonna fall from here? Kind of think they are. Maybe better pathing is part... No, this is a good path. I don't think they should be falling around there. Alright. How are there all these empty beds? Yeah. Dude. What bed are you even trying to camp? Are you seriously telling me that you need that specific bed? Not what I meant to do. Dude, find a different bed. Find a different... Fine. Then neither of you get a bed. Alright. Okay. That's one of you sorted. Okay, what's wrong with that bed, buddy? Alright, and up and... There, take that bed. It's a good bed, buddy. Oh, what are you doing? Alright. Villagers asleep. I'm leaving doors open. Okay, at least all y'all are asleep. Is this trapdoor the facing there? Oh, yes. Are you serious? Are you for real right now? Oh no. Oh god, I'm gonna get a golem on my butt after this. Dude. Dude, this bed is fine. Hello? Okay. So what's your damage? Okay. There we go. They figured it out. Can't please all of the villagers all of the time. You could sleep anywhere. There are so many houses. Oh my god. Alright, I hear a drowned. I see you. Man, there's a lot of them. Alright, I might... Maybe I'll... Hey, stop it. I do think it might be time to light up down here a little bit. I don't think the drowns are coming from my villagers. But I would hate to be wrong. There. So we're just gonna pop. What am I gonna do about this fence though? I think, I mean, there's no reason we can't just lift this up by one. Aside from supply, I think we're good there. All right, so bop. And what the heck? We'll put down Ochre Frog Light here. Mo Scarpet. Okay. Looking safe. Alright, that should be fine. Keep them out of there. I hope they don't walk around the fences. That would be unfortunate. Ah, they do walk around. Oh, what are you doing here? Get away. Oh. No, this is not the place to be making the babies. Oh, it... And that's how villagers die. I don't think that looks good, but I'll worry about that later. It does give me an opportunity to get rid of this because that just looks hideous. Alright. I don't know, that really looks better. I like the hanging guys. Alright, well... I got some bone meal. I'm going to use to pretty up around here. Quickly check light levels. Ow! How did you get... No, you're not supposed to be over here. Get down. Get down, get back. Oh, wait, I know. Well, they'll still go on the edge. No, get back. This is not villager safe. This is... There we go. Is that better or worse? I don't mean, melee's just ugly. Alright, well... Function over form, at least for now. And because these idiots... I'm not even gonna ask. Because these idiots refuse to even feed themselves, let's go ahead and... make them some bread. Alright, who wants to make it to babies? Okay. Then the rest of these are going to the cows. Okay, I'm calling it for now. Should be fine. Okay, so the next thing on my agenda is to take down and rebuild my moss farm. So, my current moss farm is a design from Raiseworks. It's fine. It's mostly self-sustaining. I haven't had to put external bone meal into it too much. It produces moss and whatever else you want to collect at an okay rate, a few stacks in a few minutes, which is fine for my single-player world, but it's been years since I built this thing, and there are now way more efficient designs, namely the one that I will be building today, which is probably the best if you can do it in a single chunk like I can here, which is called Chromos. I'll be doing a 2x2 Chromos module, and I'll actually be doing some customizations to the Chromos farm, which is typically used for bone meal production. And instead, I will be replacing some of the composting units with collectors that will allow me to collect moss, and in fact, pale moss, because we're now on 1.21.4. Anyway, links to everything will be in the description, including a schematic for my modified farm. I am building awfully close to the house of my resident warden, but I think I'm far enough that it's not going to bother her. So, and if not, well, we'll find out. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and tear this thing down. I have torn down Razorworks' old farm, and I have gone ahead and turned off my shaders and loaded up a Lightmatica schematic of Chromos 2v2. So quickly, let's go into FreeCam. You'll notice my shaders are off because Complementary right now is having a weird issue where none of the blocks are actually rendering. Could be Euphoria Patches, doesn't really matter. Anyway, so I'm going to be doing 4 modules. This is just the regular 2v2 Chromos schematic, but I am going to be doing some modifications as I go, doing a little bit of customization in terms of the glass colors, replacing some of the composters with decorated pots so that I can actually collect the moss, and replacing some of the moss with pale moss. I have done this in a creative world, made sure that everything is going to work. So I guess wish me luck. Oh, in terms of the collection, so as I'll build in the collection system later. For right now, I'm just going to be standing right under this powdered snow to collect the stuff. And so, yeah, I guess we should go ahead and get started building. Man, stuff looks weird without shaders. I am so not used to this. Okay. So this is going to be the section with the most modifications. So, big modification is that I'm replacing 16 of the composters in the system with decorated pots. The important thing is that they all need to be above a hopper. Just fine. I think they would all be on top of a hopper anyway. Okay, so I'm going to do 4 per quadrant. Oh, wait, is this right? Yeah. Yeah, we're good. We're fine. Okay, fam, I'm back with shaders on because I looked up a tutorial and Lightmatica is lying to me. I just need to, excuse me, I just need to place the lava like this and this, and it's fine. Wait. Hold on. Why is everything catching fire? Oh god. Why is everything catching fire? More importantly, why is only one section catching fire? Oh, it's not. Yeah. Oh. This is going horribly wrong! Is this where I learned that Chromos only works with fire tick off? Because that would be incredibly disappointing. Wait a second. Wait a second. Think I know what happened. And it's fine. Looks like pale moss is flammable. Question is, do I risk it with this outer edge? I think I don't. Okay, let's try this again. So far, so good. Nothing catching fire. Just one more module. Let these fill up. All right. I'm gonna flip the switch. Everything looks okay. Now I'm going to turn on my lagometer. $30 MSPT. That's actually pretty good for around here. And holy heck, I am getting moss for days. No bone meal yet. Okay, let's do a little peeky peek. Let's gather up everything around here, grab some more bone meal, restock all the bone mealy jigamowigs. That is a lot of moss really quickly, though. All right. All right, so this is full. That was not. Okay, so it's not so it was just that one that needed refilling, and furthermore, that shouldn't be there. The question is, why was it not drain? Oh, hey, yeah. No, why isn't it draining? Whoa! Okay. So this is just super freaking backed up. But why? But holy cow, that is a lot of moss. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I do not need that much moss that quickly. And I don't think this farm is really set up to deal with that much moss that quickly. I mean, I could set up things that would pull that stuff out of the system before it reached the dropper line. But I'm thinking more bone meal would be better. So why don't I go ahead and take out 8 of the decorated pots and replace them with composters. So that will, that should hopefully fix the issue of all this backup. Okay. Okay, that's the first module done. Yep, okay. So okay, and what did this go like that? Hold on. Yep. Alright, that's 2 modules done. So we're gonna put these in bop bop. And then which direction do these need to go? This one needs to go that way. And this one needs to go this. And this one needs to go this way. All right. Let me just quickly check on the fire situation. All right, everything looks good on top. All right. Let's turn this on. That is so much moss. Hey, bone meal! We are still seeing backups in the dropper line, which is just wild. Well, I think that is a huge, huge success. Now let me just make sure the roof isn't on fire. Okay, we're back, and I am now pretty sure that nothing is going to catch on fire. The problem was not only that I was using flammable pale moss instead of flame-proof regular moss, but also that pale moss can replace regular moss. Vice versa is true also, but don't worry about that. Anyway, I've solved those 2 problems. Number 1, by replacing all of the pale moss on top with regular moss, and second of all, by covering up everything on top so that nothing can be replaced. I checked the wiki, and the wiki says that moss can only replace other blocks if those blocks are exposed to air. I think that must be lava as well, because otherwise I don't think this farm would work at all. But either way, we should be good. So I have also gone ahead and added a really simple item stream that collects the 2 types of moss as well as bone meal, and whatever doesn't get collected goes into the composter. Obviously, if there's something that's not compostable that comes out of this farm, like let's say I dropped a glass block, that's going to collect in here, but so far it's not really been a problem. Okay. I have shaders off, and I have an FPS counter in the corner because I want to see how much lag this is going to produce. Sorry, not FPS counter. I mean, I do have the FPS counter, but it's the MSPT counter that is much more relevant. First, let's go ahead and clear out these droppers, which do still accumulate stuff. I'm going to have to figure out a separate solution for that. So I'm currently at 28.1, 28.3. Okay, so like 28 to 29 MSPT. Just so you can see it, these are my computer specs. I'm running 5900X. Most of the time, I'm definitely bottlenecked by my GPU, so that's why I've gone ahead and turned off shaders. And now we're just going to go ahead and flip this. And okay, so this is killing my frames, which is funny because shaders are off and everything, but it's not actually, like, the MSPT cost is not that bad. It's like 2. So I could really leave this running all the time in, you know, somewhere out of render distance, and it would be fine. So this produces an absolutely wild amount of items every second. And keep in mind that I'm only running this at 1/4 collection So it's 1/4 collection, 3/4 bone meal. And this is still the items coming out of it, and it's just, you know, it's just wild. Also, these poor bees are getting lost. They're like, oh, I sense azalea, and then there's no azalea for them to snack on, so poor bees. They'll be fine. They'll be fine, get it? But yeah, this farm, absolutely, absolutely incredible. Chromos, you know, I would absolutely recommend building it. It didn't even take that long to build. I mean, it took longer to rebuild because I did stupid things, like trying to paleomossify it. But even so, this is just like a fun afternoon project. I would absolutely recommend it to anyone else who is looking for either an efficient bone meal farm or just a really stupid fast way to get the moss variants. Okay. I think that's enough testing. We wait for it to shut off. Quick spot check, just make sure that everything's okay up here. I don't see any cobblestone. Yep, looks like we're good. And let's see how badly these droppers have backed up. Okay, well, not too bad. I wasn't running for that long. So future improvements, I am going to want to go ahead and replace this double chest with an auto crafter so that I'm automatically generating bone blocks. That's a little bit of a hassle because you need to make sure you can't just build a simple auto crafter because you need to make sure it doesn't trigger on the 1 and only triggers on the 9. Anyway, now that I'm out of darkness range, this is what it looks like. You know, I think most people like to hide their redstone. For this makerspace in particular, I wanted to show it off. Okay, now on to plan B, which you might have guessed from the soul sand and my restock of pearls, but it is time for some chunk loaders. The first place I want a chunk loader is my primary storage system. This is a Gnembon multi-item sorter module. This is all contained within a single chunk. And it's supposed to be chunk unload safe. However, I've had really weird issues where it will back up. Items will get stuck in it if I go into the nether. I'm not sure if that's a lag spike issue or an issue with it being unloaded, but either way, I do figure that let's go ahead and keep it loaded. Oh, and also it'll keep my auto smelter going. Ooh, I'm gonna have to pick that up later. I really wish that there were a system that could keep like stuff in random keep stuff random ticking, because just, man, it would be really nice to be able to recollect lava. I have this area down here is for producing clay, or sometimes I use it for copper. Obviously the dripstone doesn't do anything for the copper though. Okay, so now I just need to find a good place for it that is going to have 9 blocks free below it, or 8 blocks free, excuse me. This looks safe. Is it still in the chunk? Yeah. Okay. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Soul sand. I meant to put that at the top. Ah, man. All right. Kelp. And break. Whee! Okay. And chunk load. All right, all right. Now the next place really should be the Chromos chunk. This thing produces things so fast that I don't ever imagine that I'm going to keep it running. But even so, it is not fun to clean up. I've already had to do that once with the whole, you know, catching on fire thing. So let's think about where I might want to put the chunk loader for this. So I might as well put it in the basement. Looks like I can put it in the corner of the basement. And we should be good. Okay. Is the storage system also contained in the chunk? I'll accept the last. So that might cause issues, but not serious ones. That is a risk I am willing to take. The most important thing here is just to make sure that in the event of the chunk accidentally being unloaded, that it doesn't break the lava at the top. Huh. I don't think I remember that I had this area down here. Okay, so that is 3. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Soul sand goes here. And kelp goes up, and kelp goes a boop. Whee! All right, second pearl. Deploy. And we're loaded. The next place I'm going to go ahead and put a chunk loader is going to be the other side academy, just so that the trades are resetting. I do have some other farms in this chunk, but they're all random tick-based, so I won't be in range if the chunk isn't loaded anyway, so they're not going to do any good. Oh well, not much I can do about that. So the thing is, I want this thing out of the way. But I want it accessible. I could put it in this room. This seems to be the most logical place, right next to my wheat collection system. Maybe even let's put it right under here? Alright. Up. Okay, so soul sand. And I'll do this temporarily. Water at the top. Kelp at the bottom. Sploosh. And pearl. All right. So I actually have a second villager trading hall, and that's one where it really does make sense to keep it loaded. Because that one functions not just as a trading hall, but also an iron farm. I know, I'm so ashamed, I have so many hoppers and so many things like that that need just constant iron. There's just no way around having an iron farm. I'm so sorry. My whole ethical villagering is a lie. It's a dirty lie. The game does seem to really punish me here, though. Like, look at my frame rate. Just absolutely crater. Look at how this is chugging along. Did you see that spike? Yeah, I have to turn off shaders here. I don't know why. I suspect the shadows from this blimp are causing issues, or it could be just jungles in general with the shade they cause from the trees just creates a ton of lag. But that's really the only thing that I can figure. I have no idea why this area and just this area in my entire world just like absolutely craters my frames. Like, look, I even have shaders off and I'm still not even hitting 60. I will say, if I am leaving this running the whole time, I'm gonna need, like, even though this is the least efficient iron farm of all time, if I am gonna leave this running the whole time, I'm gonna need to do auto crafting, because, like, it does produce iron at a really, really fast clip. But that is a problem for future me. Alright. Now, interestingly, I actually had a chunk loader here, but because this isn't on a server, the chunk loader wouldn't restart when I restarted the game. But this was really useful because one of the only pure AFK farms that I have where I actually do need to sit and AFK for a super long time is on the other side of this portal, and that's my Froglight farm, which, by the way, I want to redo. I didn't realize just how powerful, like, this is just a standard Bastion farm. I didn't realize quite how powerful the Netherroof farms could be. But yeah, I would go AFK, getting Froglights, and then I would leave this thing running, getting iron from my golem. Anyway, let's leave this laggy place. And finally, as we talked about a few weeks ago, I do want to set up chunk loaders, and yeah, I think it's going to have to be loaders plural, at my Guardian farm. Not so much so that the farm will continue working, but so that the sorting system will work. As it is, because I'm using a hopper chain and not an item stream, it always takes a super duper long time to flush all of the items out of the collection system. So having the collection system constantly loaded means that I don't have to worry about things backing up, and I don't have to worry about clearing it manually. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe it makes more sense to put the chunk loaders on the bottom level. At the very least, it would give me a reason to come down here more. Why not? Alright. Pearl in. Pearl in. Nope, I just touched the pearl. Alright, so that should be all the chunk loaders, but while I'm here, there's actually one more thing that I want to do at this mothership. Remember, I've got all of this empty space up here that I can use for other farms and things like that, and one thing occurs to me that I actually do want a little bit of a farm for, and that's resin. So the thing to keep in mind when building a resin farm is that creakings can spawn absolutely anywhere. Glass, redstone, doesn't matter, means you've got to slab absolutely everything. So in my case, that meant mostly the inside of my mothership, but there were actually a few spots on the outside that I needed to slab as well, because yeah, they will spawn absolutely anywhere. And given that I only had 3 creaking hearts at this point, I really needed to make sure that my creakings were spawning in the right place. Now, the farm design itself is based on Zazuma's concept that he actually has a tutorial on. There were a few changes there, and I will walk through, mainly it's just needing to slab everything. But yeah, I waited until night, and wouldn't you know it, there was one spot where I forgot to slab, and that's where a creaking spawned. Now, I did have 3 creaking hearts available, so I did end up getting a creaking where I wanted it, but yeah, that was not fun. Anyway, with Zazuma's design, you flush the pale oak by a note block, so that's what I did. here, and after the first night, I collected enough resin for 3 more creaking hearts so that I could double my farm size. So here you can kind of see how it works. It's using pistons to just alternate it, giving a pulse, sent from the bottom, pushing up a redstone block, which powers a circuit that pushes it back down. Oh, lesson number 2. Make sure that while you're working on your resin farm, you check the time, and if it's getting dawn towards night, you either sleep or you take out the creaking hearts. So, now we're on to day 3, night 3, and I'm ready to make some changes. Number 1, I am adding a wall and some more collection systems because resin will really go anywhere unless you constrict it. I've also got some walls up. And second, I'm actually giving the creakings a platform that they can spawn on, made of glass. So this is a design element borrowed from Doc M77's creaking heart design, where he basically flushes them with water streams coming out of dispensers to go into a little hole where you can whack them all. This does have to be triggered manually. You basically wait for the creakers to spawn, then you push a button, the water flushes, and hopefully you're not as dumb as I was. I actually accidentally made this 1 too large, and I had to decrease everything by 1 block, but now everything is working. It's exactly the right shape, and at this point I just have to wait for night and get my creakings. One final change is that I replaced the manual pale oak booper with an etho hopper clock set to, I think I used a 12-second cycle. You're probably going to have to tweak that timing based on your own needs. Feel free to experiment. I will have the schematic in the description. So let's look at the completed farm here. You'll notice that down here is the sitting and whacking area. It is all slabbed off. And then if we go into free cam, here's the area up here. I have walls around the spawning platform, slabs around absolutely everything. And then the creaking hearts are right on this level. I don't think you can even see them. But they are between 2 sets of pale oak that have walls all around it so that hopefully the resin doesn't go in too many directions. Honestly, I should put additional walls here and probably in the back, but this so far should be okay. Now, this is the collection area. I will eventually put an auto crafter here, but haven't yet. It is completely empty, and that is so we can do 1 full night of whacking and see how much we get. Now, there are various tricks. You probably want an armor stand here that you can whack, or better yet, a minecart, because when you whack a minecart with a sword, yes, it will break automatically, but your sword will take no durability. For my case, though, this is an XP farm up here. I really do not need to worry about my sword losing durability because the night will end, and when the night ends, I can just go upstairs, fix everything up, and get some prismarine on the way. So, it's right now 3:30 in the afternoon. I need to wait 3 more hours, so you all are just gonna have to bear with me. And nighttime. Oh, there we go. A little bit of a jump scare. 2, 3, 4. Should have 6. Only have 4. 5. 6. Okay. That's all of them. I can go ahead and boop this. And so let's just put that on. And while we wait for the last ones to go down, we can start whacking anyway. And I think it's 5 seconds between whacks that you really want to aim for. You can really tell because if you whack too many times, you won't get the particle effects. But you can kind of listen to it. I think that was a little too early. Yeah, I'm not great with the timings. I think having an auto clicker is the way to go. I just don't bother with auto clickers. Yeah, here you can see it a little bit better. Yeah, I think this will be the best angle. So there's a hotkey in FreeCam to enable you to control the player in whatever angle, so you're essentially operating in tripod mode. And yeah, you can kind of see these things. Yeah, if I hit too quickly, then it doesn't generate any additional particles. All right, here you can see I'm whacking too quickly and nothing's appearing. And there we go, we have something too early. There's some. Man, these two jerks refusing to go into my collection system. Oh, rude. I am going to try turning around and see if they will come down on their own. No, they're just stuck. Oh, well, there we go. They got unstuck. So that's going to have killed my rates, but I think you'll see at the end of the night, it's not going to have made, I mean, it's going to have made a difference, obviously, don't let me downplay it, but, you know, this produces a lot of resin, and I'm going to be honest with you, I have yet to find a good use of resin aside from trim. And here we go, it is 6 a.m., and let's go ahead and turn on hitboxes, turn on the free cam, and you can see there's a whole bunch of resin up here, there's resin down here, and there's resin sprinkled all throughout the underside of the mothership. But, even so, let's turn this off. Let's look at how much I collected. Yeah, so this is a stack and a half of resin bricks. Or, sorry, of resin blocks, and even more of resin bricks if I were to go that route. So, that's partially why I haven't gone with a autocrafter here. I don't think it's likely that I'm going to be able to get this to the point with just the 6 creaking hearts that it's going to... Oh, dang it. Well, I guess I'm getting some of this. That it's going to completely fill up a double chest. But... Oh, no, those are pearls! Okay, please tell me I missed the pearls. Okay, yes. Gotta be careful there that I don't accidentally touch my chunk loaders. Anyway, so through all that whacking, through all that night of whacking, I took out like 33 of my sword's durability. That is nothing. All right. Boop. Yeah, everything is already repaired, and I didn't even wait for like a full batch of guardians. Alright, so this episode has gone on for a pretty lengthy time, and so I should probably be wrapping it up. I just wanted to give a little bit of a hint about what I am going to be doing next. Alright, so this building right here is intended to be a co-working space. Let me walk through it. So there's going to be a little cafe. I am going to staff it with villagers. And yeah, some nice little tables here. And then the rest of this whole space is co-working. So we've got open office co-working space down here. I learned a really cool trick from B00, where you put a torch underneath something that gets triggered by redstone, like a trapdoor, or in this case, a gate. And then if you accidentally hit a pressure plate on top, it won't break the table because it's already getting redstone power. So one of the coolest building tricks I have ever learned. So yeah, I've also got, these are little, they're called phone booths. If you don't know about phone booths, then I very much admire your lifestyle that you haven't had to work in an overcrowded office. I've got some, nice ceiling lamps, some other kind of lamps. I've got a bubble vader based on another design by Zazuma that I will link. But this one allows you to go up to explore every floor. Also down. And then on the second floor here, I have some businesses that have office space. I need to give this business a name, but it's got cute little cubicles. I'll probably add some non-cubicle desks or something here. But yeah, I haven't finished this place. And then a floor up, I'm still trying to decide what I want to do. Maybe put like a ghost kitchen or something like that. Yeah, you might be hearing some music in the distance that is coming from Le Chat Mort Vivant, which is a cat cafe that's over there. I have a whole video about constructing it and furnishing it. There are some things I want to add to it eventually. But yeah, I'm still trying to decide what to do with this space. But up here, this top floor, I definitely know that I want this to be a space for presentations, for like people to come and give talks. So I'm going to be putting chairs. I don't think scaffolding is actually the best choice for chairs. They're just too tall, but maybe I'll use bamboo mosaic slabs with bamboo trapdoors. That might work a little better. But all of that is going to be a topic for a coming video. And if anyone has any ideas for how I can make this place look really cool, please let me know. But yeah, and so the goal really is just to incorporate the village down here of Lerwick. So yeah, I hope you all look forward to that. And I will catch you in the next one. Wait, what's that racket? Raid sounds? I wasn't in the village, and that's not how raids work. What the heck?